You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. It's time for Grizzlies Live. We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible, and you, the fans, for tuning in. Now, let's go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live here at Newk Eatery. Glad to have everybody aboard on a beautiful day to celebrate Grizzly athletics, and we start with our head softball coach, Kat Ihlenburg. Coach, how are we doing?
Season got off to a good start yesterday, Matt.
That is a good way to put it. Off to a good start. You defeated number 3 in the NAI poll, not once, but twice. Swept them, so we're 2-0. That in itself is a check mark and a feather in the cap.
Feels good.
But you run-ruled them twice. In your wildest dreams, did you see 27 runs in 9 innings offensively?
You're talking wildest dreams when you see that, Matt. So no, I don't go wild dreams on the first game of the season. I go, what can we accomplish? Let's get some W's and let's take care of business.
Feel free to bring me back down to earth, because here I am going to overreact. We've tied the series now overall with Reinhardt. It's our first win of the year, first series win of the year. Does that set the tone now for the rest of the year? Because we're going to the World Series, right?
Yeah, it felt good yesterday. I wish we were buying our plane tickets to Iowa, but no, we really take that as part of the process. And you want to feel the elation and you want to really react and go crazy, but what we did was everything I had kind of preach. Let's do some things right. Execute with runners on. Move people around. Let different players play different positions. And when you get a little ahead, you're able to do that. So
I'm going to give you some stats here from last night. Tell me which one shocks you the most, okay? Cassie Littlefield hit by pitch 5 times. Haley Thompson and Mary Burke, who 2 spots hit behind her, combined for 15 RBIs. We had 12 two-out RBIs, and we scored 27 runs in 9+ innings of work. Which one was the most shocking?
The more you continued, the more shocking they got. Mary and Haley have been working on their craft of hitting, so the number is great. But the shocking one is really the 2-out RBIs.
Right.
Because that is not something that you can really practice against your own team, because you do that, and as you hit, you hope that it just is contagious. So to do it with 2 outs a lot felt good. And
not to maybe something to work on offensively. We only got the leadoff runner on once in 2 games.
Yeah.
It happened once, that person ended up scoring, but just so clutch with 2 outs last night. It was just the difference in the game, in my opinion.
It was, and it was just every time we got to 2 outs, it was never a back against the wall. It was a rise to the challenge.
Yeah.
And I was able to really say that to a lot of different players, and it shows. Haley, Mary, Alicia, Chelsea Palazzo. I mean, Chelsea Palazzo had an RBI single. I got the runner thrown out at home, and things like that. They know we're going to run and run hard, and they did last night. 2
Grizzlies making a name for themselves, too. Top of the lineup, Alyssa Hathcote and Tori Heineman there, setting the tone at the top with 2 newcomers, and they played pretty well last night, too.
Yeah, it was a big change putting Cass in the 3 spot. We just felt like she's a strong hitter, so we want to put her somewhere to put people in. And so to have someone with quickness and really just game savvy on the base pass like Alyssa Hathcote, scoring on 2 wild pitches like she did, that's not something you say to an athlete. That's something they do.
Right. Well, we're going to dive right into the highlights here as we take a look from last night in game number 1. It was the Grizzlies getting things started. Mary Burke with a bases-loaded clearing triple down the right field line, and who knows where we'd be talking about today if Mary doesn't get things going in the first.
You really don't, because we're down in that inning. We're fighting back. We get bases loaded. I was excited about it. But there was just a look in Mary's eyes, like, I am here to do a job, and I am not going to get out of this lineup this season. And she fought her way in last year, and I was proud to see her just drive a really hard ball and hit it down. That's what we talk about.
And what's it mean for her to be injured and out? I think she only played in about 18 games last year.
Yeah.
To really get that big hit to get things going. And played well last night.
She did. She did some things defensively, and she made some efforts on plays. She got to balls that she needed to. So I really feel she's coming into her own as a Grizzly softball player.
And then you see here Cassie Littlefield wasted no time for an encore in her All-American campaign. little bit of energy there around the bases for her.
She was pretty juiced all game, and really to get Tori Heineman in front of her with that triple and just see Tori really take off around the base path. And I challenged Cassie. I didn't want her to hit a home run. I just wanted her to score Tori. And I think she was just really ready for that pitch.
So Cassidy gets things going again here at her senior campaign. And then our Grizzly of the game from last night, Haley Thompson, just RBI after RBI. She comes up clutch here in 2 at-bats.
Yeah, she was fun to watch last night hitting. She's a methodical player. She really thinks about her craft. She thinks about her job on defense and offense. And so you wonder who can you put in the 4 spot, because they put a lot into that. It's just a spot in the lineup, but she really wanted that spot. She wanted to push runs in. And in that particular hit, Cass is thinking it's over the fence, and I'm like, Cass, just run.
That's what I was going to ask you. What did you tell Cassidy as she was rounding third?
I'm like, that's not a home run. Run hard. She's jogging. So
like I said,
she picked it up.
Cassie, a little bit of energy yesterday. Let's see if we can carry it over not only to Saturday but the season. And then what probably the most shocking moment for me is the fact that the 8-run rule escaped my mind, and Alicia Fields comes up with the game winner.
Yeah, at the end of that game, I looked at the team, I said, I guess we have to practice what a run rule is, because we weren't ready for that. We were ready to play 7 innings, and we wanted 7 innings. So I'm pleased that we only had to play 9 2/3. That's great, but it's a long season, so we've got a lot more work to do.
I mean, she's anchored to the bag over there, and even Coach Ihlenburg's walking off like,
yeah,
hey,
I'm
it's
down
over,
the
let's
line,
go.
Like,
and she's,
come on, guys. The umpires have thrown the balls, and Alicia's kind of watching. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening right now, but we got ourselves together. We knew what to do after that one.
And again, they picked things picked up right where they left off going into game number 2. How important was it to get an early lead to keep that momentum?
It was. You know, you have a new pitcher on the mound for Grizzly softball. You know, we wanted to be behind Katie Lang, and we wanted to show her that our defense would do things for her. And that starts with your offense putting runs up so you can pitch your pitches. They've got some great hitters in their lineup. You know, their leadoff was quick. She got on 4 times. Their number 3 hole, I mean, she's a power machine.
Yeah.
So to keep her off the base paths without any major hits, we see them again, and they're not going to take us lightly. They're definitely going to come guns ready.
Absolutely. One more clip we'll show there. A lot of the 2-out RBI varieties there. This is coming in game 2. And again, Thompson and Burke cleaning up great there in that 4 and 5 hole.
It's going to be fun. If they continue to just have the approach that they do, it will be a very strong season. That one, I told Haley she looked like a stalled car because she stopped and fell into the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Well, Coach, obviously looking forward to this Saturday's doubleheader versus Bluefield. First pitch at 1 o'clock. How do you keep this momentum going? What do you work on at practice? What'd you tell the team after the game?
Enjoy it, get some rest, get some treatment, because it's just the beginning. And so you've got 54 to go, and hopefully another 20 after the 54 gets here. And so it feels good to start this way, but it certainly doesn't mean that we've done anything in our season. So we want a good approach. Bluefield's going to come prepared for us. They're going to be excited to play outside, and we're going to get after it.
Well, Coach, again, looking forward to it as, again, the Grizzlies will take on Bluefield this Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Grizzly Softball Complex. Want to invite everybody out. Of course, you can watch live on the Grizzly Digital Network with the pregame show at 12:45. Coach, I think we could have took up the rest of the show talking about last night.
It might have been fun, but I enjoy watching tennis and baseball too.
Sounds good. We'll have them on deck next. We'll take a break with head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl. You're watching Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. While you're watching today's broadcast, I wanted to highlight the academic accomplishments of our players who stand out in the classroom. Academic success is a vital part of the experience at GGC, and for our students who earn a 3.0 or higher semester GPA, they have their name added to the AD's honor roll. With team GPAs as high as 3.7, we've had excellent performance to date and over 50 athletes per semester earning AD honor roll distinction. So while you're enjoying the athletic feats of our players today, know that your Grizzlies are doing us proud in the classroom as well.
Hi, this is Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant Athletics Director for Compliance and Academic Services. Compliance with NAIA rules is of the highest priority for our athletics program and institution. As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student athletes, faculty, staff, fans, boosters, friends, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control, operating our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College regulations. Thanks for watching today's broadcast, and go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Right now is the time for you to join us inside the Grizzly Club. Your tax-deductible contributions will go towards scholarship opportunities, travel expenses, championships, and student-athlete development. Plus, you'll have exclusive offers for game tickets and inside events. Your support truly makes the difference as we develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Join the Grizzly Club today. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're joined now by head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl. Coach, how are we doing today?
Good, Matt. How are you?
Continue to dress with impress. I love it.
It's just closed.
I love it, man.
It's just closed.
I mean, is this like a new thing in season?
No, I actually have meetings every time on Wednesday. I set it up before this so that I can promote your show.
You shouldn't have told me that. You should have told me you got dressed up for me every Wednesday.
It's not. But I will next weekend or next Wednesday.
Okay. You'll get dressed up for me.
Just for you.
We are 4-2 after 6 games. What have you learned about your team? What do you like about your team?
I like the fact that we're 4-2 and not 2-4. That's the first thing I like. But we've learned a lot, and we just need to continue to grow. We obviously, you saw the couple of the games, obviously, and so we need to take care of the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a minute. What does it say about your team to win 2 rubber matches? The first weekend versus Blue Mountain, series tied. You go into that third one, win it, and you do it again versus Talladega. What's that mean to coach?
It's good. We never should have lost the game before to make it a rubber match. So, I mean, I look at it from that perspective. I don't think that we should have lost any of those games.
Right.
I just don't think our intensity and our focus was there when it should have been. And so, to answer the question, it's more about like why do we lose the first game, as opposed to doing a good job of bouncing back. Yes, good job bouncing back. Won the series, won each series, but let's figure out why we're losing and let's make those adjustments and then let's make those corrections as quickly as possible.
Fair enough. Let's dive right into highlights here as we go into game number 1. Alex Roberts gets the ball, throws 5 innings, just does a miraculous job for the Grizzlies, and it's what you expect out of him as he crosses over into the century mark for strikeouts.
Yeah, no, he's done a tremendous job of putting the ball in the zone. Really things that are just what we expect out of a starting pitcher. That looks like Abbott's home run.
Yeah, that might be Abbott's home run.
Yeah. But he really did a good job hitting that ball. But I mean, he's doing a great job too. Tyler's on pace to do really good things for us too in the 4 or 5 hole. So we'll see what happens.
So that was Abbott hitting his 2nd home run of the season. Let's see if we can find Alex Roberts here. And there's Alex Roberts.
There he is.
What do you expect out of him, and what's been working well?
He's been really our go-to guy. Obviously you said he broke the century mark of strikeouts. And what we can do is just continue to throw him out there. Yeah. He's done an exceptional job of execution and competing guys behind the plate. Play behind him very well. So
Grizzlies win game number 1 by a score of 11-6. We go to the game 2 highlights. Not a lot of highlights there for the Grizzlies, but the one guy I do want to point out here, that whole Tyler Oglesby, where the 3-6-1 double play to act like you've been there before. Yeah. Look at Oglesby try to play this off here with we've lost here on the clips. But Oglesby does a great job from last weekend to this weekend. Yep. Just kind of rolls the ball out there and trots off the field.
Exactly, and it's part of us growing, it's part of us learning. I think that's turnip seed throwing. He's closing out the game. That last game, he threw the last 3 innings. But it's about a matter of teaching our guys how to be better players and how to be on the same page. So it's a growing, learning process.
Some more great defense for the Grizzlies here. Again, we struggled at times, but when you look at Jacobs in a play like this, and then Abbott gets in the rundown too to tag the guy, that's at least something to build on, right?
That was a foul ball, that first one.
You think it was?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But he played it great,
But he did
though.
Exactly what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And that's great hustle on Tyler's part right there. And I think that we're starting to form our identity as a team. We just need some seed time, and fortunately we're 4-2, and not 3-3 or something worse. So it's definitely something that we can recover from, and we don't ever want to lose a game. But if we lose, we need to learn from it.
Absolutely. We go to the third game of the series as Jake Wright has the game-winning base hit with the bases loaded here. a new guy for the Grizzlies, but he steps up big.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he worked that count, I think, to a 2-2 count. And really got the pitch that he wanted. He's been fouling pitches off all weekend. That's why he's going to hit in the 3-hole for a while, as he just sees pitches and he just gets on base and he does everything that we want him to do with regard to our philosophy and our approach. But he did a great job putting the ball in play. Luckily, it went right at the middle. We scored some runs and won a game.
Got the big win there, 7-5 in the rubber match there, so to speak. We already saw Turnip Seed come in to inherit the win for him. What are the Grizzlies working on this week at practice here to try to shore things up defensively?
We're really working on our execution. We're going to do a little short inter-squad today with some pitchers, throwing live simulated games, runner third, first and third. Kind of some of the stuff that caught us off guard a little bit. Blue Mountain was some, jumping off and just being very, very ultra aggressive on the bases. But we're working on that. We just got to go and continue to play better as a team. And that's really what we're working on. Nothing new or earth-shattering is coming out of the field this week, but we just need to play better.
Fair enough. We'll see the Grizzlies 2 doubleheaders Friday and Saturday this weekend. We'll get things going on Friday at 2 o'clock. Saturday will follow at 1, and we'll have coverage for you on Friday with the doubleheader starting at 1:45 right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Coach, 4 games in 2 days. How does that change up the pitching rotation a little bit?
It doesn't. We have to add another pitcher because we add another game.
Yeah.
But no, I think Ryan Mentier is going to go. He's going to go the first game Saturday. So I think we'll bump Connor up probably second game on Friday. And bump Jeremy Holcomb down to the 4th game. So, same guys, same rotation for the most part, and expect nothing but the same, but good pitching, and those guys are going to go out there and compete, and I expect us to play a lot better this week than we have.
Well, Coach, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it very much. We look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.
Thanks, man.
That's head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl. As we take a break, we'll come back and have head tennis coach Chase Hodges right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Right now, season passes are available to catch all the exciting Grizzly athletics action. Grab the Diamond Combo for baseball and softball, the men's and women's soccer pass, or a Grizzly All-Sport pass for the whole family. Act now with savings up to 50% off. For more information, call the Office of Athletics at 678-407-5280 or go online at grizzlyathletics.com. You can also purchase season passes at the ticket booth on game day. So get in the game now, Grizzlies, and get your season passes today. Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now. The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. We're joined now by head tennis coach Chase Hodges. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Can't complain.
What's the winning streak up to now?
Is it 27?
27.
27.
Is it ever going to stop?
I mean, you just go one at a time.
Good answer.
Yeah. So, we want to get it to 28. That's what we're looking at coming up.
Most impressive last week for the men's tennis team. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Right.
You beat a pair of ranked NCAA Division II teams.
Right.
Where would the Grizzlies be ranked if we played NCAA Division II ball?
I mean, I'd like to say 1.
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of teams that I think in that top 5 that, we're going to see. There's a lot of great programs. West Florida, we're playing them this year. They won the national championship last year. Hawaii Pacific, we're playing them as well. St. Leo's, another solid program. Barry is outstanding. We're playing them. So Lynn is another one. We're going to find out.
Yeah. Well, it may be speculation today, but by the end of the season, we may be able to put our finger on a number.
I think so. I think
kind of cool. Does that motivate the guys a little bit? Like, hey, we know we're number one in the NAI, but do they step their game up when they play those bigger teams?
Yeah, I think, we want to win every match we play. So regardless of what division it is, we're going to want to come out and bring our best tennis. And I think that we'll find out where we fit in for sure.
Strong showing against USC Aiken. We've got a couple of those clips we'll look here in a minute, but I want to talk about the game on Friday.
Okay.
Versus Lander.
Okay.
How big was that, especially the doubles matchup at number one with Jordan and Connor? That was a big match, lasted a little bit long. Did that kind of set the tone for the rest of the match?
Yeah, it definitely swung the momentum because, you had the match tied at 1-1 at that point. We got down 3-0 in doubles, 2 breaks, which is not where you want to be. And they continued to fight back and pulled that match out to get us a 2-1 lead. Like I said, like I told, I think Clay, if we're winning after doubles, we feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So, heading into singles, we took 5 out of 6 and got a 7-2 win. I feel pretty good about that.
Put this year's team in perspective for me. This is only what I know. Last year we beat Lander 5-4. This year we beat Lander 7-2. Is this year's team better than last year's team?
Well, I'm always going to say last year's team right now because we won a national championship.
Fair enough.
If this year's team can win a national championship, maybe we can have that conversation. But
because it's hard to be better than 22-0 and win a national championship.
Right. And so, I don't want to disrespect what we did last year.
Fair enough.
I feel like we had an amazing year. Right now, the men are 5-0. So, we're going to take it and see what happens. But, yeah, I think we have the potential possibly to.
Only 7 guys, maybe a slimmer roster than last year.
Slim,
So you say that a little nervous.
No, it's real slim.
We talk about being healthy. We talk about timing and everybody getting some quality matches in here.
Sure.
Who has stepped up this season with the lack of numbers and played really well?
Well, Matthias is kind of that forgotten guy. He plays number 3 singles for us, and he's never lost a dual match in his GGC career. So to put a guy like that in the lineup, you always feel confident. He never complains. He just goes out there and gets it done, and that's what you want.
Yeah. So Matthias always gets the job done there. Do you know who your best player is yet on this team?
I don't. I mean, I think
because Matthias is undefeated at number 3 or 4.
Right. Well,
and so you can't say there's 3 guys better than him, but that's probably the hardest decision. Who you play at 1, right?
Yeah, and Jordan's 2 in the country. He did beat Matthias in the finals of the regional.
Right.
But it's hard to just gauge off that match. Kevin Confederac's come in and proved himself. So I really think that that's a good problem to have. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The Grizzlies have some downtime before their next match on February 24th. What can you get accomplished between now and then?
A lot. One of the best things that when you look at our season, I couldn't really plan it much better. And one of the reasons is we play such a heavy March where we're going to be playing almost every day of the week with a couple days off. This gives us a chance to get healthy. Had a couple guys that were banged up.
Yep.
We're getting healthy. We're getting back to our 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Conditioning. So, the guys thought they were done with that. We implemented that back in this week. So gives us a chance to get fitter, get stronger mentally, do all those things so that we prepare for the next match.
Do they like those 7 a.m. workouts?
No. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I think that they're starting to enjoy them more. I think initially coming back from the winter break, it's a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
But I think now they're starting to buy into it.
Because a part of me says they have to understand it. Maybe they don't like it, but getting up at 7 a.m. and working out when your competition's asleep is probably why we're number 1.
Well, and I also think it just gives us that mental advantage, where we feel like we're getting tougher, our bodies are getting stronger. I just think it gives us that added motivation heading into the Nationals.
Absolutely, Coach. We'll be a while before we see the men. We'll actually see the women coming up next on February 17th. They're going to Clayton State, a big match up there. And the first time we're going to see them on the road here, and hopefully we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, Clayton State's got a good program. They've been playing well. We played them last year. They're much improved. They beat Bernal, who's 6th in the nation, NAI. So we're going to have a good match. I'm looking forward to seeing how the ladies respond. That'll be on Tuesday.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Coach, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Head men's tennis coach and women's coach, Chase Hodges here on the Grizzly Digital Network. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and put a nice little bow on the show. You're watching Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. While you're watching today's broadcast, I wanted to highlight the academic accomplishments of our players who stand out in the classroom. Academic success is a vital part of the experience at GGC, and for our students who earn a 3.0 or higher semester GPA, they have their name added to the AD's honor roll. With team GPAs as high as 3.7, we've had excellent performance to date and over 50 athletes per semester earning AD honor roll distinction. So while you're enjoying the athletic feats of our players today, know that your Grizzlies are doing us proud in the classroom as well.
Hi, this is Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant Athletics Director for Compliance and Academic Services. Compliance with NAIA rules is of the highest priority for our athletics program and institution. As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student athletes, faculty, staff, fans, boosters, friends, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control, operating our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College regulations. Thanks for watching today's broadcast, and go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in here. We've had a phenomenal support from you, the fans, and the broadcast already through the spring sports season. Please keep that up as our numbers continue to climb, our fan base continues to grow, and from all of our production crew, and myself included, we really appreciate everybody putting up with all of our fun stuff throughout the week. Let's get into this here. Grizzly baseball will be back in action again this Friday, 2 o'clock doubleheader. We'll have the pregame for you at 1:45. They'll follow up with a second doubleheader on Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll be live on the Grizzly Digital Network Friday for baseball. Grizzly men's tennis will be a while before we see them, but indeed it will be February 24th at 4 o'clock in the GGC tennis facility. They take on a really good Georgia perimeter team out of the junior college ranks. The next time we'll see Chase Hodges will be at Clayton State on the road, 2:30 next Tuesday, February 17th. Look forward to seeing the results from that matchup as well. Don't be afraid to celebrate Valentine's Day this Saturday with the Grizzly softball team. Doubleheader against Bluefield at 1 o'clock. We'll have that coverage starting at 12:45. They'll also slide in again on a game on Monday, February 16th, 3 o'clock. And again, we'll be all over the place with the Grizzly Digital Network pregame at 2:45. So softball on Saturday and Monday. Our tweet of the week comes from Tom Grayson, a great supporter of Grizzly Athletics. Takes some wonderful photos. He was our tweet of the week by using the hashtag Grizzly Athletics. A good-looking shot there of William Pascal delivering a base hit on the series versus Talladega. You got it locked right here, Grizzlies Live, Newk Eatery, every Wednesday at 12 noon. We'll be here the rest of this semester giving you insight for our players and coaches as well as highlights every Wednesday right here at Newk Eatery. I think that's it. Are we good? Marissa, Colin, Locke a half thumbs up, and I know why. I'm with him. Appreciate everybody tuned in. I'm Matt Mahoney signing off saying so long, everybody. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. You can watch this game and previous games by clicking the On Demand tab at the top of the page. In addition, you can watch coaches' shows and weekly feature stories all on the Grizzly Digital Network by clicking the On Demand tab as well. For the latest information, including game recaps, schedules, and so much more, visit grizzlyathletics.com.